Hello peeps, it's the Hillbilly Halfwit. How are you today? And today we're going to do a bit of a short one about immigration. I'm not going to go through, everybody knows what's happening, where people are coming in here in droves. All these people coming from these countries where they're just hiding from the draft in their own countries. All these young men fighting age. So I thought, let's have a look. Could you do a chart showing the drop in UK Indigenous people according to immigration rises? So let's have a look. Migration adds 672,000. Oh, God, why do I have to cough then? Migration adds 672,000 to the UK population. Totals arrivals and net change in UK populations in the year to June 2023. Sorry about that. So there we are. They've changed the methodology there where that line is for some reason. I don't know what has happened there. I didn't ask. But there you can see from 1991 to 2023. Look there. So at Brexit, when Brexit happened, we basically stopped most of the immigrants coming in from the EU, which was the aim of it. But the establishment have kept on doing it. So there you are, look. See there? So the establishment is that green figure up there. Have been driving them in from outside the EU instead. So if Brexit would have been done, which it was, in reality, if you look at them two lines on the bottom, the powers that be in the UK, the civil service, and whoever's leading this country behind the scenes has decided to go gangbusters and bringing in non-EU immigration. Look there. That's what causing all the problem. Fighting age people running from their own countries because there's wars there. That's what's going on. So we can see there now. We've been betrayed by our own civil service and governments. Brexit did the job, but they've ignored it and decided to get them from other areas. That's what's going on. So there's all the figures there. I'm not going to go through them. You can see, look, from 2010 to 24. Right. You click on this and have a look for yourself. So I start asking about Indigenous people. Changes in the Indigenous UK population. The term Indigenous UK population typically refers to individuals identifying as white English, Welsh or Scottish or Northern Irish or British according to the Office for National Statistics. The percentage of this group within England and Wales has decreased over the past 2 decades. So there from 2001 it was 87.5% of the population. 2011, 80.5%. 2021, 74.4%. This is really dropping. Really is dropping while the migration is hammering in. They're basically changing us. So I'm not going to go through all that. So I asked them, what is the doubling time of the change in immigration? So basically it means within 10 years, if every 10 years something rises by 7%, it doubles. That's the doubling time. That's why the COVID, they were trying to get it below the 7 doubling time. 7-day doubling time. So let's see what the doubling time is for immigration. What is the doubling time of change in immigration in the UK? To calculate the doubling time of immigration or any growth, we can use the rule of 70, which is a quick estimate method. So here we are. So you can see all that. I'm not going to read all that out. Estimate growth of immigration. Let's take clear data points. 2011, 250,000. 2023, 906,000. So that's a growth of over 12 years. To get the average growth rate, we use the compound growth formula to apply the rule of 70. Conclusion, at the current long-term average growth rate of immigration, 10.9% per year, 10.9% per year. Net migration doubles approximately 6.4 years, assuming the trend continues uninterrupted, which may not be realistic due to policy changes and global events. So every 6.4 years from now on, we're going to have a 10.9% increase in migration to the UK. So then I ask, a decline of the white British population. There we are, that's the same. Office for National Statistics. So it's gone from 87.5% in 2001 to 74.4% in 2021. So I ask, what is the doubling time of the UK Indigenous population drop in the UK? So there's the data for all everywhere. Look. So there's obviously a big drop. So over the last 20 years, we've had a 13.1% drop of the Indigenous UK population. So let's do the halving time. Do all that. So based on the average increase of approximately 0.749%, decrease, in the proportion of the white British population from 2001 to 2021, it would take an estimated 93.5 years for this proportion to halve, assuming a constant rate of decline. So, in 93 years, less than 100 years, half of the population in the UK will be Indigenous people. And if we look at what I showed you before here, the doubling time of immigration. So that means every 6.4 years, 10.9%, they increase. So let me try a question there. So if immigration current level, what will it be in 100 years against Indigenous UK people? See if it'll come with that. I doubt it'll answer that one, because I got a bit of a... I don't think that 100 years one is right for the UK Indigenous people. Can't be. If every 6 years the immigration rate doubles, it's impossible that can be right. So let's see what we get here now. Sorry, my internet has gone very slow at the moment. Let's see that. The chart projects the UK population composite over the next 100 years based on current trends. The Indigenous UK population, those identifying as white British, steadily decline from 74% in 21 to below 40% by 2105. Meanwhile, the immigrant origin population grows to make over 60% of the population. Jesus Christ. See, I thought that was wrong. So 60% of the population within 100 years will be immigrant origin. The 50% threshold is crossed around the year 2085, meaning those of immigrant origin will become the majority from that point onward in current trends continues. Holy Christ. So that's only in 2085. 20, 2, 4, 6, 8. It's unreal. It's only 60 years, really. That's surprised me. So there we are. The year 2070, the UK population will cross over and immigration will be more than the Indigenous population. You know where I'm quiet because that has shocked me. That is not long away. That is not long away at all. From now to... That's unbelievable. Bloody hell bells. So that's 40, 50 years. In 50 years' time, 50 to 55 years' time, 50% of the UK will be immigrants, not from here. That is shocking. And by the way, I'm not racist for saying that, am I? I'm just showing you the facts. Cool, I've gone a bit quiet after seeing that. So, there we are. Please subscribe. All the best, Gaz.